I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to Sunday. This is the My Hero Academia Manga stream. We are here with the with two chapters actually because we missed out on last week. Chapter 332 and 333. I'm here with Mark.
Hey.
And you know, it's crazy
Double
that
feature.
it's crazy that we got like this double feature going on. But first, Mark, there's something that we do before we read any new chapter, and what would that be?
Recap episode.
I was expecting a song version.
I was like, why not?
Why not? Weren't we gonna do something, or at least I thought that maybe you wanted to do something where it was just like recap episode, and I think it was like on me specifically.
Recap episode. Like I would just say, like you should have like a in case I can't make it some days, you legit just have like a sound clip of me.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
Just I'm like, recap episode.
But I had like the recap episode.
Recap episode.
All right, it's been a while, so I'm gonna definitely need to check out like the app for this one. You know how
Your last thing we read was 331.
Yes, and there was some crazy stuff that happened then too. I'm gonna have to pull it up from here. Oh yeah, it's the chapter where it literally opens up to Stars and Stripes, just like
Oh.
She gets sent back, and it was all for Shiggy surviving the order, because technically speaking, Shigaraki isn't even aware of like who he is like right now. So as a result, he goes in and starts speculating exactly like what her powers like are as far as like the limitations. Meanwhile, she's also like taking a gander and thinking that like maybe something's up, like maybe he's like doing the assessment now about like her power. I think she's already established the fact that she uses like her power on herself, and then the other one's more offensive or to like her benefits fighting someone else. It's there that we get a little bit more development as far as like her relationship with all the pilots. And then she immediately goes for the stand, the air stand,
Which blew everyone's minds as holy fuck, she's broken.
She goes in to sock the shit out of him with just pure air, and then
Fist bump to the earth.
and then she claps him like a fly.
And then he looks like an image out of a static TV.
Mm.
Like just
And then the crazy attack in which she has like all the guys shooting lasers at her so she can manipulate that with her air
she
stand.
turned into a lightsaber.
Yes. So I mean, if it weren't for like Shigaraki's like regeneration and stuff like that, he would have been gone already.
He would be very dead.
And then even Stars and Stripe understands that that's not gonna like stop this dude. So this is just to hold him back just a little bit.
As we saw Admiral Akbar tell us that we have the intercontinental hypersonic missiles coming.
Yes.
Tiamat.
Which is crazy because we just got out of the movie for Eternals, right?
And Tiamat again used.
Yeah. All these sequences or references. So with that, that's the really short recap of like chapter 331. I missed this one out, but this is still technically new for me. So now we're going to go over and read through chapter 332. So we're going to go ahead and start on the first page. Stars and Stripe. Looks like it's just a setting in the past where she's just kind of like training amongst the other
all the other soldiers. Like she looks like she's pouting right now. She's like,
I guess some of them are saying like, ha, admit it already. You ain't the strongest at your boosting your own power star. And then we just get a little bit of a narration going here. Though at a glance, my quirk seemed capable of anything. There was always a hard limit when it came to powering myself up. No matter what sort of rule I tried, it never worked out just right. Those who know me well would say, at the end of the day, quirks reflect what's on the inside. After all, it's all because Casey's a girl. Uh-oh.
Cassie is a girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cassie. Okay. This chapter is titled number 332, State of the Art Hypersonic Intercontinental Cruise, ... All right, next page. Oh, that's it. That's it for the title. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, it's Buffanaya.
It's Swolnaya.
Swolnaya.
It's I shouldn't say that one. I was gonna say like I want to point out another like internet like celebrity, if you will, but I was like that's in bad taste. Let's just keep it to let's keep it to Swolnaya.
Swolnaya.
That has nothing to do with Star, or has nothing to do with this Star. That's just how your quirk is. When it's not enough, use us to pick up the slack. That's how the bros roll.
Big facts.
I mean, you're packing. What you're packing is plain for now, but the problem is that you're comparing yourself to All Might. True story. But she's the only one who has a chance to catch up to the big man. Yeah, because they're both beasts. And everyone's just like laughing. She actually like perks up a smile. I always hated those words though, but they never once said that to me.
Yeah, they just treat her like one of them.
Anyway, meanwhile, we got the missiles incoming. This is
incoming.
It's a really crazy shot because like the missiles are heading over to exactly immediately after the events of the previous chapter where she had just struck like pretty much the lightning bolt and just pierced the sky. So you just have like a good amount of like shimmering light in one fixed area.
Just look like a lightsaber coming out of the ocean.
That's a crazy. Oh my god. Whoever's like making new Star Wars stuff is like taking notes at this like right now. They're like
okay.
All right. We'll make this another what if type of scenario. But we have Star and the rest of the pilots. They're saying, "Here they come. You're gonna try to touch those hypersonic power kegs." She says, "Yeah, but that'll mean undoing my laser rule. When I do, you boys take over with the concentrated firepower." Someone's saying, "She must know that this isn't this is Shigaraki actually. She must know that this isn't doing much for me." Next page.
He's just in the middle of the laser.
He's in the middle of the laser just having a conversation about this. This united laser blast is only meant to stun lock me via relentless damage. All of which tells me she realizes that without a single attack powerful enough to vaporize me into nothing, it's all pointless. Is she waiting for something? Something packing an even bigger punch than this? Pilots continue. Roger that, Tsar. We'll be sure to keep his hyper regen busy. While you switch over to the big booms that's really gonna bring the pain. Damn it, it's almost like
boom boom.
Oh my god. Whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, this is I think this Shigaraki is still thinking about it. No, it couldn't be. And yet she must have a way. Make or break moment for us both. A shitty game, as the pilot continues, of hot potato.
that imagery of Shigaraki.
All right, but then we go to the next page. Star's like, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1.
You see the missiles in the air on the hand in the air's hand right there.
I had to take a second to actually like really analyze that, because everyone's just doing barrel rolls at this point. But then yeah, everything's going to like the other hand of the air stand. Bruh, what the fuck am I looking at?
Caught that shit.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, air stand like caught all of it.
All of it in one go.
Damn. Now, before these things rip my arms off like at the elbow, New order. Tiamat is redirected. ... no, actually, that's a statement. Tiamat is
2 exclamation
redirected
points.
as long as the
Tiamat
rule.
is redirected.
Sorry, continuing. As long as the rule applies to a single missile. Fire. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh no, this is okay. This is like literally all the lasers being shot at all for Shiggy. Meanwhile, the Star Stripe is redirecting all these missiles.
Oh boy, get ready for this next spread.
I'm seeing it right now. She kind of like whips it up as like Airstand like flings it all towards one like particular point. As here's a special move.
State of the art hypersonic intercontinental cruise. Ah!
I have a feeling that she's avoiding smash at all points.
That is legit a nuclear blast.
Yes.
I don't think it is actually a nuclear blast, but it looks like it.
It's at a destructive level that might as well be.
Like, only reason I'd say it's not, maybe, is because there's no mushroom cloud.
Yeah. Not yet, though. Not from what I'm seeing. But in any case, now, like, we're seeing, like, a lot of, like, shading all over the place. One of the pilots like, well, actually, I don't even know if that's the pilot. I think that might just be her. How's that? But, of course, everyone's just being, like, flung backwards. As the entire sky just ripples, like, asunder.
Just a big... like, there's a big clear spot in the sky now.
Yeah, so much so that, meanwhile, like, Endeavor flying over actually sees
Holy
this.
shit.
He's like, oh.
He's like, holy shit.
This is crazy because, man, it kind of shows exactly where they're at. Of course, they're in the middle of the ocean, but the explosion, like, reaches, like, the ocean floor, and even further down, you see a little hole.
It's like, oh, fuck.
Where Shigaraki could have easily just, like, ducked away. Oh my god. Okay.
It's so creepy looking.
So, once Star looks at that, she realizes what's going to happen. And here comes all for Shiggy rushing up.
He looks so gross.
God, what's this remind me of, dude? It reminds me of, like, just all
Red
the
Skull or Two-Face.
Red Skull. Two-Face is more Pacific. Literally any other, like, zombie-looking thing from, like, Fallout or something like that.
Ghost Rider. Anything that looks dead.
But yeah, that's a crazy look on him.
That is so disgusting looking.
And here's Shigaraki speaking. I can control what my decay affects. I knew she was preparing for something big for me. Our little back and forth thus far told me New Order can only affect two things at once. So I also knew the situation was about to shift. The instant that shift came, I wasted no time in using decay to tunnel through the earth. If I'd run and hid before the big something hit, she would have caught me in the act and adapted. It was a gamble that relied on the exact timing. A second's delay would have been a fatal error. He used the Nomu as decoy. I'm just playing along with your nasty game of hot potato. So, okay, I get you. I love the illustration now I look further in. Obviously, it just shows, like, the earth and just Shigaraki just kind of tuck it in for a little bit. The funny thing is that, like, it's just, like, dots with a smile on his face. Was, like, the Nomu, like, took the hit.
Absolutely. The Nomu is just sitting there like, oh boy.
This is something.
Pain.
Anyway, the pilots are now just, like, shouting out this time. Star needs support. Back into formation. Give her a place to stand. Meanwhile, Shigaraki, it says, up against anyone but me, that move would have finished the job. But you came up short for once, and you're taking the loss to the grave. And what's going on here? Is that the Nomu? Yeah, I seen the Nomu. Oh, okay, he's actually like commanded the Nomu to do something. He says, now burst.
Burst.
You know what this reminds me of? the Nomu is gleaming.
Attack on Titan.
Oh, actually, I was thinking about solar flare.
Solar flare.
Ugh. Yeah, something like a solar flare, but yeah, that too.
Then you see this man just ping-ponging off of jets on the next page.
This is true. Me and myself make better uses of your resources.
He looks so creepy.
Yeah, he's on the hunt now. What was it? Yeah, it's one of the pilots. Sock to us. Did he really say sock to a star? Because after all that damage, not enough. He's regenerating too quickly. Oh my god, this is a really cool like shot. Kind of gives me that Galactus like shot, but it's literally a star in the middle. The entire like panel is encompassed by the air stand, as we have one pilot that Shigi's like standing on, ready to like lunge like right at her. But the pilot's saying, "My craft going boom should blow him to bits." As we have to start just looking straight down. A little flashback of Solnaya to an Outstar. And she just smiles. That's a cool juxtaposition. She has a very serious look, and then the flashback panel, and it's the same panel of her looking, but she's now smiling, as
Shigaraki reaches her.
Yes, in just like literally moments. Just
she couldn't do it.
I was gonna say, damn, dude. One hand just like on her face, and that's it. But that's the end of the chapter there. But thankfully, we get to check out 333 now, which pretty much, thank goodness. Is that Niffy saying hello? Hello.
Hello.
We just wrapped up on chapter 332. So we're about to read over 333 now, because I missed a week. Let's see, who's speaking in the beginning here? Must be Shigaraki here. He says, "What set me on edge, like nothing else," as we have a really cool panel of like Star and Deku like side by side doing kind of the same pose, was the thought of new order and one for all colliding.
I think this is all for one talking.
Maybe. Chapter reads number 333, Spectre. Maybe all for one continues. I put a stop to the safety commission and got my overseas associates to stir up trouble in order to delay the convergence of foreign heroes upon Japan. I plan to perfect this body and steal one for all before challenging New Order. Next page. We just have, what the hell? Oh, it's just an elephant foot. Pretty much an analogy of like the elephant like stepping on a bunch of ants.
Yep.
All for one, the accumulated power that could foil all my designs. Once it was mine, all the other conspiring forces of the world, including New Order, would have been ants before me. As we have the different shots of whatchamacallit, just different shots of like all for Shiggy just grabbing at like Star's face. Whether you knew it or not, most likely, or wait, hold on, sorry, let me reread that. Whether you knew it or not, this most likely unsanctioned free power or unsanctioned free spirited early apologies everyone. Unsanctioned free spirited early visit of yours was the one scenario I hated to imagine. Placing this incomplete body on the front line was a gamble I was forced to make.
All right, I got this. But I've won this roll of the dice, USA. I think he even said the country. Kathleen Bates won't decay.
Ooh.
So she's trying to stop that by saying she cannot.
I wonder if that... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, you go on, you go on.
I was gonna say, like, will it work though? Because like it's kind of happening in the midst of her like decaying. But we'll see.
I know. It says she took the hit for my sake. You total idiot, says Swolnaya.
Swolnaya.
I'm done for. It exceeded the cap of my endurance boost. I've stolen it. Idiot, you say? I have to agree there.
Okay.
The next page?
Yeah, I got this one. All for one, all for she continues. Your body began decaying the moment I absorbed your quirk. New order requires those verbal commands, so you couldn't protect yourself as it was being stolen. You prioritized on saving your own skin and lost everything in the process. This is where it truly begins, Yoichi. The stories...
Yeah, this is one for all. All for one, because that Yoichi's his brother. Only he would know his name.
Mm-hmm. The stories I read to you that day, those comics, Captain Hero. Captain Hero.
Hey, man. Captain Hero.
You thought I didn't realize there was more to the story? Wrong. Now he says it. New order. Shit, dude. Now all for Shiggy has it.
Oh.
I knew how it would go. So I chose to stop reading there. Meanwhile, he starts the order. The heir is...
Well, hello.
Ooh, shit. What the fuck? Just hold on. They literally abruptly like stopped us during this order. All of a sudden we're in the all for one, like, and one for all. The vestiges space.
And Star and Stripe is there.
Star and Stripe is like right there immediately. Just looking at like all for Shiggy. It's still it's still a tussle.
Like, Those are that face of what?
They're like, and it cuts to like what's happening actually, as like his entire face like bulges out and it's absolutely ripped asunder.
Like he just went
as like the only way that I love what manga has to do for this is to really put in the question and the exclamation point.
It's like
it's a literally what the fuck moment.
You're about to, dude, you're gonna lose your shit here in a second when you find out what she did.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go. The pilots are like, Tomura's bursting apart? Alpha One's like, what's going on? My quirks, they're exploding out. Hey, hang on. Y'all think that maybe... Star's saying, that's right. There was no time to blow them up with your plane. So I set a new rule at the last second. New order.
Revolts against other quirks.
Wait, hold on. That, like, I get what's happening, but I'm like, wait, is that actually like the order?
Yes, she put it so he can't change it. It was the last one she made before it was taken. Was she made a rule that this quirk will revolt against other quirks, meaning that if that quirk is in somebody who has other quirks, it's just gonna tear all those quirks apart inside of them.
Oh, I see. See, I got lost because of the fact that like that didn't seem like a full like statement. So I guess like the full statement would have been like new order. This quirk will revolt against other quirks. But this is a really cool shot because it's literally like almost Gigantomachia.
Just tearing him apart.
Stars and Stripe, tearing every single like thing like in this like vestiges space.
And then you see, once again, this is like the second time this has ever happened. All for One has lost his smile.
Yeah. He's like, Kathleen Bate!
The worst case would have been dying and having my quirk stolen outright. Sure, it would have been nice to protect my body too, as an added bonus. Too bad, as we see her just like just destroying all the quirks, stopping this global menace. As we see Shigaraki just looking so confused, he's like, "What?" And we see Star again in exchange for just my life. It's a small price to pay. And we see the whole crew. Bros.
Bros.
Thanks for everything. Star. And then we see like what the Shigaraki's All for One's internal monologue.
Yeah, okay.
This backlash against my other quirks, like a cannibalistic invader. This is dire. I can only steal quirks or bestow them. I can't just dispose of one.
Damn. Got him.
I must give it away. The pilots. I'll force it on one of them.
Uh-oh. Okay, my turn here. As they literally just light him up. Fire! Star's still fighting the good fight instead of like inside that scumbag. I love it. Remember that iCarly episode where she like goes into like her apartment dorm and just all the lights like shine on her and she's like, ah!
Solar flare. Oh!
Anyway, the pilots continue. It's working. He's ready to fall apart. Keep lighting him up, boys. Star's sacrifice isn't going to go to waste on our watch. They're just literally like
a big star in the sky.
They are lasering him up. Meanwhile, in the vestiges space, Star's still like
going to work,
still ripping apart like all these other quirks. My reflect quirk has been destroyed. Damn, dude.
So he's destroying these quirks inside of him.
Damn, dude. Even shows her like grabbing like All for One's like right arm too,
and biting Shigaraki.
My God, dude! And meanwhile, we have
like a theory. This is a theory that somebody had before we continue. Sorry.
Okay.
This is a theory that someone had about this. Because we see that page right there. What if she tears them apart and gives Shigaraki just enough time of them separated to decay All for One?
That might be a case. I do want to read the end before I actually jump into that conversation because that's like end game. Meanwhile, I'm still over here looking at the panel that like meanwhile as like our dudes are like lasering him up, like we just see Star on the side like slowly decaying.
So sad.
It's really, really sad. As we get like images like All Might with his varsity looking out, because you saved me back then. I got to indulge in this lovely dream of mine. Oh, now we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit the flashbacks. But it's a little girl and All Might's just like crouching down, probably just to speak with her. Next page is just her smiling, but half her face is already decayed. As the pilots just look on. She just still speaks.
She's smiling like, like don't worry about me.
Yeah. All Might. This is me returning the favor. Meanwhile, Car says, quickly, damn it.
Oh!
Damn you, Spectre of All Might.
As you just see her still going in.
I know, it's still going. And they're still lasering him up. But that's the end. That's the end of the chapter.
I was wondering what if she would do something like that. I was like, if he is going to touch her, like there's no fucking way she didn't do something. And sure enough, I didn't realize it would be this because I was like, this is actually genius.
It's actually genius because like it's one of those things where like it's almost nigh impossible to like to take down like All for One for what he is. But
to attack him from the inside
in like a very clever way of like the quirk manipulation. I just realized this too. The smiling panel is actually her saluting the pilots too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, she a real one. In the best case scenario, she would have tried to like make sure that everyone lived, but instead she let them live, and also using her quirk to the best possible like outcome has like set pretty much a baited trap.
to where he can't even reflect those lasers anymore. And you know what's going to be the worst case scenario for him right now? His
Hmm.
regeneration quirk is destroyed.
Oh, if it's gone. Like he, if it wasn't for the fact that he's still fusing with Shigaraki, he would have probably like tucked that like in a drawer within that space.
So I'm saying like I always figured from the get go that he was going to try to use. I figured he would be trying to use Shigaraki to have a new body, a new stronger body. I've been thinking that for the longest time, and we saw that was actually a reality. And right now, this is the number one way they have of just ruining his plans is destroying his quirk collection from the inside. That I could think of nothing else that would annoy him more.
He's already having to deal with just like those spirits, just absolutely just like being like the worst hate chat in the world that he constantly has like in the back of his head. Now we got one that's rampaging and ripping every
Just
single other one.
destroying all of them, so he can't use their powers anymore.
And it's such a like interesting way to apply the new order, because it's kind of on a level of just one for all, in the sense that it's simply to pass down and build the strength of one's power up. And it's weird because like there's definitely quirks that just are like that. The quirk that has the ability to pass down like itself down to another person. It's just so very specific, and New Order isn't that, but can be applied to be like that.
Like, we just know that he's collected a bunch of quirks, and they're all being shredded right now. And here's the thing: New Order will revolt against other quirks, meaning it will destroy every single quirk inside of him until it is all that's left.
That's true.
That means regeneration gone, decay gone, fucking so basically Shigaraki's very own quirk gone. Fucking
That's true.
I think it might even include his ability to take and give quirks destroyed.
That's true. Until again, New Order is the only one left.
That means Star is this is checkmate.
Yeah. The only downside to this is the fact that All for One would just have New Order, but that's it. Like, we could I mean New Order is kind of crazy because we still don't know like the full extent of what it can do. Obviously manipulating the air is already crazy enough, but I wonder later on, I mean obviously we should probably talk about the whole Shigaraki thing that you were pointing out, in the sense that, you know, this could just, I mean, God, I'm out of words.
Present the opportunity to stay himself.
Yes, because the fusion itself is not really a quirk per se, but
It's also not really consented.
yeah. So it could give Shigaraki like some open space to like rebel against All for One, but you know, if he loses decay, then that might make things a little difficult.
Although that would make it. Although getting rid of that quirk, I mean, he might be happy about that.
Yeah.
That quirk has caused him nothing but pain.
Do you think the revolt to pretty much eradicate all quirks would also include like All for One? So
I think so.
which would then mean that Shigaraki can be like liberated from All for One. Might lose the decay quirk, excuse me. But he would just be like an individual again.
He'd be quirkless.
That would also be the case as well.
And here's the thing:
unless he gets New Order.
I still want to know. It was like before anything happens to All for One, I want to know the truth. If this is what happened, I want to know, because I've had this theory for a long time. I want to know: did he give Shigaraki decay? Is he the one who ruined Shigaraki's life?
I want to say yes, because
I feel like he probably did.
I feel like All for One would be that level of an asshole to do it. just like
I
point.
feel like I feel like he ruined this kid's life just to play the nice guy and gain his trust.
Right. But I don't know, because for the most part it seemed like that family was separated from All for One, and it's only until like a quirk manifested from like Shigaraki that like it actually led to him. But it makes sense though. I get what you mean by that. So I wonder if that would be the case. It's just that they
I
have.
wouldn't put it past I wouldn't put it past this man to do something so fucked.
This is true. All for the sake of just gaining like all the powers there. I mean, this is kind of like on the same level as like Madara, though it's a different approach. But essentially, it's just simply knowing that like your time is up. If you just continue to do things on your own, you're gonna be screwed over anyway. So why not raise someone to be your predecessor, but low key take them over when you can.
Dude, low key, that's what I was thinking was gonna happen. I was thinking like as soon as we discovered that they were giving him a copy of the quirk of All for One and all the abilities it had,
Mm-hmm.
and then we saw that All for One could take over his body somewhat. I was like, oh fuck, I was right.
That's true. Wait, hold on. So there is technically two All for Ones. There's just his original body, and then there's the one that's fused with Shigaraki. Star's the one who's fighting with Shigaraki right now, all for Shiggy, and they're revolting against that body. Does that mean that the other All for One is still safe, or does it reach him too? Because it's a connected type of network.
I would say think of it as the cloud.
Okay, that makes sense. Because they are fighting in the vestiges space, so that's just kind of like a unified like space where like both quirks are communicating. Well, both bodies are kind of communicating with each other. So I get that. Okay.
It's kind of like how you have the OneDrive or the cloud.
Yes. Essentially, everything's saved up. Like no matter what device you have like synced in, like two devices synced will have the same documents. But if someone like puts in something that like fights and deletes all the other files like on that cloud, neither device will have those like files anymore. So, yeah, that makes sense. It's just damn, dude. I also just feel bad because aside from the whole discussion about like what New Order's like revolt will do, I just feel so bad because like literally Star just showed up for like a good couple chapters and this is it.
But she did more to this fight than anyone has, even All Might.
This is true. I mean, like all my like when he had his confrontation with like All for One, at least beat the shit out of him, put him to jail, but
Oh, he disfigured him.
this is true.
Like
But
he
like
beat his thing. That's also when All for One. That's the first time he ever lost his smile. Was when All Might beat him.
yeah, this is true. Like his
All Might
yeah.
beat him. Honestly, All Might thought he killed him. Like that's the thing. All Might thought he was dead.
Honestly, I thought he would be dead after that.
Because you see, he's missing the whole top of his face.
This is true, but that was kind of there before the final fight the fight that he had with All Might.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. The fight they had with All Might before the series began is the thing that we're talking about.
Was that a thing? Like All Might actually like had a round with like All for One and disfigured him like that? But
Well, yeah, where do you think the injury All Might got came from?
I was gonna say like because I know that that's specifically from like All for One, but I didn't know that All Might like in turn had like disfigured his entire top portion of the face. I didn't know that.
I'm fairly certain that's the fight where All Might was fairly certain that he killed him.
Oh, you mean like I see what you mean. So it's like it's one of the things where like All Might would have been like I thought you died, bruh. Like it's like wrong.
Right, I pretty much just punched off the entire top half of your face.
This is true. Okay, so I understand what you mean. So, both the disfigurement of like the face and also the injury from All Might happened in the same battle. That's kind of what like led to the events of like, All for One kind of surfacing up. But for the most part of like the beginning of like the series, he was kind of like not even mentioned because no one knew if he was like alive or not. He was just kind of like this greater evil that All Might assumed he took care of.
Yeah, because All Might was the first to ever win.
Which is nice when you actually think about it. And this is like close to the second time that, like, I mean, we're gonna see until next chapters that his plans got foiled again, but it wasn't All Might, but it also is All Might.
It was someone that was legitimately and so inspired by All Might that she might as well have been him. That's why they called her the Spectre of All Might.
This is true.
And then, of course, we have Izuku now, who is definitely going to be. He's definitely going to be a successful successor in terms of the successors of One for All, the ones that actually, succeeded. Though so far, it's only been All Might who's literally succeeded. He's also been the one who's lived the longest.
This is true. He's still living.
It's true. He's still alive even after passing it on.
Yeah, Message is still there. He's like, yeah.
He was the first one to ever live this long.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rest of them all died very early deaths.
This is true, but it's also because of the fact of like he was quirkless.
Yeah, that they say that must be the difference, is that since the rest of them had quirks, their bodies couldn't take it. But given that it's like say if a glass is already half full, and you pour a whole glass into it, it's gonna overflow.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take an empty glass and you pour it, it'll just be regularly full.
Yeah. Kathleen Bate.
I would have gotten away with it too. It wasn't for you meddling kids.
And that stupid quirk.
And then...
New Order. I'm also seeing the shot of like the pilots again. Bros.
Quirk? Where?
Ruro. Ruror.
Ruror? Where?
Man, this is a crazy chapter because I mean everything that just happened, like Stars and Stripe having like one of the most broken quirks that we've seen, and it's just the quirk by itself.
And that quirk is now destroying this man's entire quirk collection.
Destroying this man's career.
Quite literally destroying this man's freaking all the shit that he's accumulated. It's like, remember that clip I sent you? Wait, Mikey. Mikey. That's my precious Hayama. Oh, my precious memories. Draken. No, that's my special golden bat I used to hit my first home run in the 4th grade. Smacks it over his leg. Ah! It's literally that.
All these quirks are like top ramen on the top shelf of the grocery store, and someone's just like going in and just like bringing them all down to the grocery or the shopping cart.
No.
But that still leaves the fact that like that means that New Order will be the last one remaining in the best case scenario, unless like something happens in the space where All for Shiggy is able to at least resist somehow. It might have to take like a certain quirk to like defend itself, but I think not even All for One would have considered this possibility where like there's a quirk that would actually tear other quirks apart, so maybe he wouldn't even have the idea of preserving one that is meant for preservation, unless the Doctor, but that's been foiled already.
Oh, he's in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail. He's not gonna help him. He can't.
Because they got him locked away somewhere else. They didn't even have him in Tartarus.
Yeah, it's like, nah, you get to go to the special room.
You're going to one where you're separated from all of them. You're staying with us.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess in that case, like All for One could possibly get like some bit of like quirks back, or at least be on that road again.
If he's still alive.
Yeah, if he lives through this battle and he gets through to find the dock again. But both of them have been secured, so
I feel like if All for One dies, it's going to either be by this happening, or it's going to be by Shigaraki.
This is true. And I at least hope that. Well, actually, I don't really hope for either. But this kind of does go back to the fact that like New Order would be the only one quirk left, and it's already powerful as it is. To even like go toe to toe with just like the multi quirks here, it's so. I still think that's going to be a problem to deal with Shigaraki or All for One. Um, Even if the last quirk that they have is New Order. However, that means that All for One's quirk, like original quirk, would probably like cease as well. So it would just be New Order that'd be left.
They wouldn't be able to take quirks anymore.
This is true. So it does end the evil there, and probably ends All for One's mortality or immortality. So
it's because all the quirks that are keeping him alive gone.
but then I was also thinking like, oh wait, hold on. He's still being like fired at right now. So even if all like New Order is the last one reigning, like he's still getting like hammered right now. So
and Reflect is gone, so he can't deflect the laser. So he has no choice but to keep taking them.
and at this point, like the Quirk is fighting back. So he either has to like shout out a New Order like right now,
or he's got to have backup come and help him.
I guess so. And like a New Order has been placed already that it'll revolt against other quirks. So I don't know if you can like even have the conscience to like overwrite that quirk like rule right now. But he might be.
He tried to use New Order. That didn't work.
Oh, that's true. That is a way to like kind of patch it up. So even with that, like he can't really do anything right now. So I'm just thinking about the different cases in which like All for One or All for Shiggy could possibly survive this, because otherwise it's a wrap.
And like he said he can only give or take quirks. He can't destroy them.
Yeah, he can't get rid of like any of the quirks. But here's like New Order ripping every other one anyway.
She can. It's like the thing of Thor. Oh, I know, but he can.
This is true. So, man, it's just it's rough seeing like the last like 2 pages, seeing Stars and Stripe right there, but we're also like seeing whatchamacallit, All for One like fighting against like New Order quirk.
Damn you, Spectre of All Might. Wham.
Meanwhile, so anyway, we start firing.
Isn't it the Nomu above him?
Maybe. Yeah, it is. Because that is a figure.
That's the only backup he's got left.
And I'm not sure if that like Nomu's gonna like last long if it goes in there. Meanwhile, I don't think it has like enough to be able to like grab like All for Shiggy, because I think the panel right beside it shows Nomu trying to like grab at Shiggy, but like it doesn't work, so it now gets a distance away.
Yeah, it looks like its leg just got blown. Like you see the other lasers, like. Ah!
And that's why it's like curses quickly, damn it. It's so crazy.
USA.
My god, imagine this anime is gonna be so raw.
This is gonna be very violent.
There's literally people at Bones right now looking at this like spread, and they're like, bros.
Bro, they gotta draw a Red Skull Shiggy.
Red Skull Shiggy.
Skeletor Shiggy.
Oh my god, yeah, that shot of him like just rising up is gonna be.
It's so grotesque.
Mm.
Imagine deciding, so let's see, should we really make that fleshy or should we try to be easy with it?
Oh, when they do the like skin bulging and then the burst is gonna be gross.
He legit just went like a balloon, like pop.
No, this is crazy. One last thing.
Like a balloon that got too much air.
It's true. I just wanted to say like real quick is that this sudden like outburst of quirks reminds me of actually the World Heroes mission movie in a sense, because the trigger bombs, right? Um,
Yeah, where it caused the quirk to forcefully activate.
Forcefully activate, but also go awry to a point where people lost controls and different varying effects happen to them. But essentially, it's just them
Poor
like,
guy with the fire quirk.
yeah, God, that's literally that's Dobby.
That's the most painful way to die.
Yeah.
It is confirmed to be the world's most painful way to die is burning to death.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's slow and it fucking hurts.
It hits you on a molecular level.
Every single water molecule in your body is frying.
I mean, the lasers are also another thing here too.
Oh, trust me, he's been disintegrated like 5 times already.
He's constantly being disintegrated. The only thing holding him is just the regen, and that's it. But yeah, all right. I think that's pretty much everything. This has been like a crazy chapter. Both of them.